Kindness is often seen as a simple act, helping someone carry their groceries, offering a smile, or saying a few gentle words. But in truth, kindness is much more than that. It is a way of living, a choice we make every day, and a force that shapes not only our interactions with others, but also our own hearts. When we choose kindness, we create a world where warmth and connection grow. Imagine walking down the street. If you see a stranger and greet them with a small nod or a smile, their expression may soften. They might pass on that warmth to another person, and the chain continues. A small act can ripple outward, touching more lives than we can ever know. But kindness is not always easy. There are days when we are tired, when people around us are rude, or when life feels unfair. In those moments, reacting with anger or frustration seems natural. However, if we pause for just a breath and choose kindness instead, we change the course of our day. We also protect our own peace. Some may think kindness makes a person weak, that being gentle means letting others take advantage of us. But the truth is the opposite. It takes strength to stay kind when facing difficulty. It takes wisdom to respond with patience instead of harsh words. A person who can choose kindness, even when it is hard, is truly strong. Kindness also transforms our own hearts. The more we practice it, the lighter we feel. When we act with kindness, we let go of resentment and fear. We open ourselves to joy. We begin to see that kindness is not just something we give to others. It is a gift we give to ourselves. Today, as you go about your life, try to notice moments where you can be kind. It does not have to be a grand gesture. A few words of encouragement, a small act of patience, or even just listening can make a difference. Over time, these small choices shape who we are. Kindness is not just an action. It is a practice, a habit, and a way of living. And when we choose it, we do not only brighten someone else's day, we brighten our own. Anger is a natural emotion. It rises when we feel hurt, when we are misunderstood, or when life does not go as we expected. Sometimes it seems impossible to control. A sharp word, a harsh tone, or a cold silence can quickly follow. But anger, if left unchecked, harms not only others, but also ourselves. Imagine a time when someone spoke to you in an unkind way. Your first instinct may have been to react with anger. Perhaps you wanted to argue, to defend yourself, or to prove them wrong. But what happens when we respond to anger with more anger? It fuels the fire. Harsh words lead to more harsh words. Resentment grows, and the pain deepens. Now, imagine another response. Instead of reacting immediately, you take a breath. You do not push your anger away, but you also do not let it control you. You choose to respond gently. You speak with calmness, or simply remain silent, allowing the moment to pass. In doing so, you break the cycle. The fire of anger dies down instead of spreading. Choosing kindness in moments of anger is not about ignoring our feelings. It is about understanding them. When we are angry, it often means we are hurt, afraid, or feeling disrespected. If we recognize this, we can respond with wisdom instead of impulse. We can ask ourselves, what is really causing my anger? Is my response helping or hurting the situation? There will be times when kindness feels impossible, when the words or actions of others deeply wound us. But even then, we have a choice. We can hold on to our anger, letting it harden our hearts, or we can release it with a gentle action. We can listen instead of argue. We can step away instead of fight. We can forgive instead of holding on to resentment. This does not mean we allow others to harm us, or that we accept injustice. Kindness is not weakness. It is strength with wisdom. It is standing firm without cruelty, expressing truth without harm, and protecting our peace without losing our warmth. As you go through your day, notice when anger arises. Instead of reacting right away, take a moment. See if you can choose a gentle action instead of a harsh one. Over time, you may find that anger loses its power, and in its place, peace begins to grow. Many people search for peace. They try to find it in quiet places, in success, or in personal achievements. But true peace is not something we find outside of ourselves. It is something we cultivate within. And one of the simplest ways to nurture inner peace is through kindness. When we act with kindness, we create harmony in our relationships. Harsh words, selfish actions, and impatience disturb our peace because they create tension with others. But when we approach people with warmth and understanding, we reduce conflict. We feel lighter because we are not carrying the burden of unnecessary negativity. Kindness also softens the heart. When we judge others harshly, we often judge ourselves in the same way. This leads to feelings of guilt, regret, or unworthiness. But when we choose to be kind to others and to ourselves, we allow healing to happen. We accept imperfections. We understand that everyone, including us, is doing their best with the knowledge and strength they have in the moment. Sometimes we hold on to past pain. Someone may have hurt us, and we replay the moment in our minds. We wonder why they acted that way, why they did not see our pain, or why they did not choose kindness themselves. But carrying this pain only disturbs our own peace. Letting go does not mean we forget or excuse harm. It means we choose to free ourselves from its grip. And one of the ways we do this is by responding to pain with kindness instead of bitterness. Kindness also helps us slow down. In daily life, we often rush from one task to another, always thinking about what is next. But when we take a moment to be kind, to help someone, to listen with patience, or to appreciate small moments, we bring ourselves into the present. And in the present, peace can be found. Some may think that peace is achieved by avoiding challenges or isolating themselves from the world. But peace is not about escaping life. It is about how we move through life. If we carry kindness with us, we can remain steady, even in difficult moments. So today, ask yourself, how can I bring more kindness into my actions? How can I speak to others and to myself with gentleness? Each small act of kindness is like a stone dropped into water. It creates ripples. And as those ripples spread, they bring not only kindness into the world, but also peace into our own hearts. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, has the power to create change. We may not always see the effects of our kindness, but they exist. Like a stone thrown into a pond, a single kind action sends out ripples that spread far beyond what we can imagine. Think about a time when someone showed you kindness. Maybe a stranger held the door for you, or a friend offered encouragement when you needed it. Even if the action was small, it likely left an impression. It may have lifted your mood or inspired you to act kindly towards someone else. This is the ripple effect of kindness. Now consider the opposite. Harsh words, impatience, and selfish actions also spread. If someone is rude to us, we may carry that frustration forward, passing it on to the next person we meet. Just as kindness creates ripples of warmth, unkindness creates ripples of negativity. Every interaction we have is an opportunity to choose which kind of ripple we will send out into the world. One of the most powerful things about kindness is that it does not require grand gestures. A smile, a patient response, or a simple act of generosity can shift someone's entire day. and we never know when our kindness may reach someone at exactly the right moment. There are people carrying unseen burdens, struggles, worries, and pain that they do not express. A small act of kindness might be the light they need in a difficult time. Kindness also inspires more kindness. When we see others acting with compassion and patience, we are reminded of our own ability to do the same. Just as negativity can spread, so can goodness. When we choose to act with kindness, we give others permission to do the same. Sometimes people hesitate to be kind because they fear their kindness will not be returned. They worry that they will be seen as weak or taken advantage of. But kindness is not about controlling outcomes. It is about choosing the type of person we want to be. Whether or not others respond with kindness is not in our hands, but the ripples we create will continue moving outward, reaching places we may never see. So, as you go about your day, remember that even the smallest act of kindness has meaning. A kind word, a moment of patience, or a simple smile can create ripples that extend far beyond what you can imagine. And in making the world a little brighter for someone else, you also bring light into your own heart. Life is not always easy. There are moments of loss, disappointment, and struggle. Sometimes, no matter how much effort we put in, things do not go as we planned. In these moments, kindness may feel like the last thing we want to offer, either to ourselves or to others. But it is precisely in hardship that kindness becomes most powerful. When we face difficulties, our first instinct may be to resist. We might become frustrated, blaming ourselves or others for what has gone wrong. We might hold on to anger, replaying painful memories in our minds. But resistance only deepens our suffering. Instead of softening in the face of hardship, we become hard. Instead of healing, we carry our wounds longer than necessary. Kindness, however, offers a different path. When we approach hardships with a gentle mind, we create space for understanding. We remind ourselves that struggles are a part of life, not a sign of failure. Just as a tree bends with the wind instead of breaking, we too can learn to meet life's difficulties with flexibility and grace. One of the most important forms of kindness during hardship is self-kindness. When we make mistakes, when we feel lost, or when we struggle, we must remember to treat ourselves with the same patience and care that we would offer a dear friend. Too often, we are harsh with ourselves, expecting perfection, criticizing our weaknesses, or believing that we should be stronger. But true strength is not found in harshness. It is found in the ability to be gentle, even in difficult times. Kindness toward others during hardship is also powerful. When we are suffering, it is easy to turn inward, to focus only on our own pain. But if we take even a small moment to extend kindness to someone else, through a smile, a word of encouragement, or a simple act of support, we shift our perspective. We are reminded that we are not alone, that everyone carries their own burdens, and that we still have the ability to bring light into the world even when our own path feels dark. Hardships will come and go, but how we face them is our choice. If we meet them with resistance, we may grow bitter. But if we meet them with kindness, with a gentle mind, and a compassionate heart, we can move through them with grace. We can find strength, not in fighting life's difficulties, but in accepting them with patience and wisdom. And in doing so, we make both our own lives and the lives of those around us a little lighter. Kindness is not something we do only when it is convenient. It is not just for moments when we feel good or when others treat us well. True kindness is a lifelong practice, a way of being that we carry with us in all situations. It is a choice we make again and again, even when it is difficult. Like any practice, kindness requires effort. At first, It may not always come naturally. When someone speaks to us harshly, our instinct may be to respond the same way. When life feels unfair, we may feel tempted to withdraw into frustration. But the more we practice kindness, the easier it becomes. Over time, it transforms from something we consciously try to do into something that flows naturally from within. To make kindness a lifelong practice, we must begin with small, consistent actions. It can be as simple as offering a kind word, choosing patience instead of irritation, or listening deeply when someone speaks. These small moments add up, shaping our character and influencing the way we move through the world. Another key to practicing kindness is staying mindful of our intentions. True kindness is not about seeking praise or expecting something in return. It is about giving freely, without attachment to outcomes. Sometimes our kindness will be met with gratitude. Other times it may go unnoticed or even be rejected. But kindness is not about controlling how others respond. It is about choosing the kind of person we want to be. At times we may struggle to be kind, especially when we feel tired, stressed, or unappreciated. This is why self-kindness is just as important as kindness toward others. If we are too hard on ourselves, we will have little patience left to offer the world. Taking care of our own well-being, setting healthy boundaries, and allowing ourselves rest are all essential parts of a kind life. Over the years, kindness shapes not only our relationships, but also our inner world. It softens our hearts, lightens our burdens, and brings a deep sense of peace. It reminds us that even in a world filled with challenges, we have the power to bring warmth and goodness wherever we go. So let kindness be your practice, your path, and your way of life. In each day, in each interaction, in each moment, choose kindness. Not because the world is always kind in return, but because kindness is the light that keeps your own heart bright. And in sharing that light, you make the world a little brighter for others as well. Kindness is not just something we do, it is something we become. Through small daily choices, it becomes a natural part of who we are. It does not require wealth, status, or special skills. It is within the reach of everyone at any moment. As we move through life, we will encounter many kinds of people and situations. Some will be warm and welcoming, while others may challenge our patience. There will be days when kindness feels easy, and days when it feels almost impossible. But in those difficult moments, kindness is most powerful. It allows us to rise above negativity, to bring peace where there is conflict, and to stay true to the values that guide us. Kindness is not about being perfect. We will sometimes fail. We will have moments of impatience, frustration, or regret. But each day offers a new chance to begin again. Each interaction is an opportunity to choose kindness. If these reflections have resonated with you, I am grateful. It means that kindness is already present in your heart. Perhaps it has simply been waiting for a quiet reminder. I deeply appreciate the time you have spent here, listening and reflecting. Your presence, your thoughts, and your engagement mean a great deal. For those who have shared kind words, left comments, or supported this channel in any way, whether through likes, subscriptions, or even a super thanks, I am truly thankful. Your kindness does not go unnoticed. May kindness continue to guide you, bringing warmth to your heart and to the lives of those around you. And may each small act of kindness, like a ripple in water, reach farther than you ever imagined.